Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome back to design theory class. So today we are going to study about Fordism. Okay, so the simple significance or the meaning for Fordism is a specific stage of economic development in the 20th century. All right, so this is the visual of Fordism. Okay, you can see the conveyor belt here transferring the items, from one station to another station. Okay, so ada reason dia kenapa dia buat macam ni lah. And this is what we call as Fordism. Okay. All right, so the term was born with Henry Ford, an American executive who owns the Ford car line. Okay, in this mass production system, the assembly lines were semi-automatic. That is, each employee or team was responsible for a specific action within the product line. So in this way, the work was highly segmented so that each employee worked only in a small part of the development of the final product. Okay, thus, Fordism was the application of Taylorism, which defended the idea that each worker should know only his own function. Okay, yeah, so this is the Taylorism hierarchy lah. So kalau you tengok sini ya, there are 3 level of hierarchy. Okay, yang ni paling banyak lah, paling bawah, and then the highest one ataupun the top one. Okay, with the most powerful workers on top. Okay, yang ni lah yang atas sekali. So each level is given precise responsibilities and detailed instructions specific to them. Okay, managers and employees alike respect and adhere to those above them and do what only assigned to them. Okay, so each of them, they know their own roles. Mereka tahulah peranan masing-masing, and of course they respect each other. Okay, dan diorang buat kerja berdasarkan apa yang diarahkan lah. Okay, mengikut title masing-masing. Okay, so one of the innovations of the time that illustrates this mode of production very well is the conveyor belt. Okay, yang saya sebut tadi. Okay, conveyor belt, which takes part of the products to the employees so that they can do some work. As the pieces arrived, the collaborators performed extremely repetitive tasks. Okay, ni contohlah conveyor belt tu. Okay, so from one station to another station lah. Contohnya kalau contohnya buat kereta lah kan. So this station, let's say dia assemble the glasses for example, and then sampai sini pasang dia punya pintu for example, and then sampai sini pasang dia punya lampu for example, and then so on lah sampailah ke final product. Okay, so this is what it means with the conveyor belt. Okay, perform extremely repetitive task. Okay, so seperti yang kita mention tadi lah, setiap staff tu dia tahu peranan dia, orang ni buat ni, orang ni buat ni. Okay, so and so on lah. Okay, to understand more lah Fordism ni, so the term is widely used to describe the system of mass production that was pioneered in the early 20th century by the Ford Motor Company. Okay, the typical post-war mode of economic growth and its associated political and social order in advance capitalism. Ini contohlah Ford Motor Company during that time, during that era. Okay, a little bit about Henry Ford lah. Penting tahu sedikit berkenaan dengan background Henry Ford. Okay, this is the late Henry Ford lah. Di atas salah satu creation yang telah dibuat oleh beliau. A little bit about the company background. So Ford Motor Company is an automobile company. Okay, the company designs, manufactures, markets, and services a full line of electrified passenger and commercial vehicles such as Ford trucks, utility vehicles, vans, and cars, and Lincoln luxury vehicles. Okay, the company's segments include automotive, mobility, and Ford credit. Okay, so they start dengan automobile dulu lah, and then after that grow and then expand to another business lah. Okay, and I'm pretty sure most of you have seen ataupun know about this label ataupun logo. So this is Ford car. Okay. A little bit about Henry Ford's life. Okay, he was born in July 30th, 1863 in Wayne County, Michigan. Was a son of Irish immigrants, William and Mary Ford. He married in 1888 with Clara Bryant. He disliked school, went to Detroit at 16 to look for work. He was employed as apprentice in machine shop, and there he learned about internal combustion of engines. Okay, and then finally died April 7th, 1947. Okay, ini sebut sedikitlah berkenaan dengan Henry Ford's life. Okay, so let's go to the creation. Okay, maybe kita start dengan a bit of history. Okay, so from here then, and then establish and then develop, okay, bit by bit. Okay, so this is the first car built in 1896. Okay, ataupun dikenali sebagai quadricycle lah. Okay, and it is driven by 2-cylinder 4-cycle motor, mounted on bicycle wheels, no reverse gear or brakes. Okay, that time tak ada reverse gear ataupun brake lah. Okay, yang ni antara yang mula-mula lah yang dibuat oleh Henry Ford. Okay, and then as time goes by, the Ford Motor Company in 1903 was built. Okay, and then after that released successful Model T car in 1908. Okay, so slowly dia semakin grow lah. Okay, the manufacturing, the technology, okay, slowly developing. And with the total production of 15 million units of cars, okay, during that era. Okay, so the terms of Fordism, one of the person, the earliest persons who used this term was Antonio Gramsci. Okay, Antonio used this term Fordism in his essay Americanism and Fordism in his prison notebook, and since then it has been used by a number of writers on economic and society, okay, and become one of the economic philosophies as well. Okay, that thought prosperity and high corporate profits could be achieved through paying the workers high wages. Okay, ini salah satu daripada impact Fordism jugalah, which we will study more after this. Okay, let's go to the concept. So the concept of Fordism is a way of organizing working process based on concept of assembly line within single production unit. Okay, so mass production was carried out. Okay, the economic model based not only on mass production but also on mass consumption. Okay, assumed a growing capacity for consumption by growing sectors of the population. Okay, so meaning that dia diproduce dengan banyak lah sebab dia mass production. Okay, Fordism also implies a social and political system. Public authorities supposed to make labor available, channel wealth towards various social classes that were going to consume. Also enhanced efficiency of labor force by providing welfare services such as housing, healthcare, and social protection. Okay, this is one of another concept or impacts lah of Fordism. Okay, so it is established around when Henry Ford introduced assembly line at his factory. Okay, during which he introduced $5 per day pay. Okay, masa tu dibayar sebanyak $5 satu hari lah, which was considered high that era ya. Okay, kalau you compare nowadays, well actually it depends on categories lah ataupun segment of work tu, contohnya kerja kilang ke, kerja bahagian transport ke, kerja bahagian hospitality ke, yang tu depends lah. Okay, but that time it was $5 a day. Okay, and also introduce 8 hours work day. Okay, sampai sekarang pun ada lagi company yang still lagi practice ya 8-hour work a day. Okay, so how did it spread? The practice of Fordism began in the United States. Okay, when the US pulled herself out of the Great Depression, hope the theory revived, and after that, the Europe adopted it after the Depression, and Marxist also adopted Fordism. Okay, and also used it as a term for a form of production. Okay, this is how Fordism spread, you know, from time to time. Okay, ni another effects lah of Fordism. Okay, little workplaces in rural regions unable to win competition of the larger factories in cities. Okay, cities grew very fast, mass migration. Okay, ramailah yang datang untuk peluang pekerjaan. Okay, companies choose to build factories in cities because most of the people are there. Okay, dibina, company dibina ataupun kilang-kilang ni dibina di kawasan bandar lah, kerana ramai orang tinggal di kawasan bandar. Okay, even kalau yang from the rural area pun diorang akan ke bandar lah untuk cari pekerjaan. City dependent of companies, they served employment. Okay, so dia tawarkan peluang pekerjaan lah kepada ramai penduduk ya. Okay, in and around the cities arose great complexes of industry. Okay, so bila satu start, then yang lain pun ikut serta lah. Okay, dan berkembang dengan pesat. Okay, so these are some of the examples lah daripada um, sebelah sedikit ya model kereta Ford. Okay, some of you might know lah this Ford model line. Okay, contohnya sekarang ni ada Ford Ranger. Okay, ada Ford, I think this is Ford Everest. Okay, Ford Focus. Okay, and one of the most expensive Ford line lah. This is Ford Mustang. Okay, so we can see, the development, macam mana technology, the innovation of Ford companies from time to time. Okay, and then we see a bit about Fordism versus post-Fordism. So meaning that apa yang berlaku selepas Fordism tu lah. Okay, so the key difference between Fordism and post-Fordism is that Fordism refers to the large-scale production of identical products, whereas post-Fordism refers to the flexible specialization of production in small batches. Okay, tak apa, kita tengok the next slide so you akan faham lah. Okay, you boleh tengok lah the difference between Fordism versus post-Fordism. So I'm going to choose maybe 2 or 3 of them, and after that you can study by yourself lah. Okay, contohnya kalau tengok Fordism, the economies of scale. Then post-Fordism, the economies of scope. Okay, and then go back to Fordism, the mass production of homogeneous goods. Okay, and then post Fordism, the small batch production. Okay, another one, their large stocks and inventory. Manakala post Fordism, their minimal stocks. Okay, just in time. Okay, so this is what happened lah during Fordism dan juga post Fordism. Okay, so you can see the difference and you can study, what differentiates between these two elements. Okay, and then that's all for Fordism. Thank you very much.